The Forgotten Library, the Forbidden Tome. In the heart of a venerable university, where ivy-clad buildings whispered secrets of ages past, Amelia, a diligent college student, stumbled upon a mystery that would alter her life forever. It was an ordinary day of routine research in the dusty archives of the old library when she discovered a peculiar door. Hidden behind a tattered tapestry, the door was ancient, with carvings so eroded by time they seemed almost indecipherable. Driven by curiosity, Amelia carefully pried the door open, its creak echoing ominously in the silence. A narrow staircase spiraled down into the darkness, and with her heart pounding, she descended, the light from her phone casting eerie shadows on the stone walls. At the bottom, she found herself in a vast, underground library. Shelves upon shelves of ancient tomes stretched into the gloom, filled with books that seemed untouched for centuries. As Amelia explored, her fingers traced the spines of the books, each title more intriguing than the last. She pulled out a particularly old and worn volume, its cover inscribed with strange symbols. Opening it, she was captivated by the cryptic text and intricate illustrations. The book spoke of forgotten rituals, arcane knowledge, and a powerful entity bound within its pages. Fascinated, she spent hours poring over its contents, unaware of the shadows that seemed to creep closer as she read. It wasn't until she read aloud a passage that the atmosphere in the room changed. A cold wind swept through the library, extinguishing her light. The air grew heavy with a palpable sense of dread. Amelia felt a chill run down her spine and, in the dim glow of her phone, saw a figure in the corner of her eye. She quickly gathered her things and fled, the book clutched tightly to her chest. Back in the safety of her dorm room, Amelia couldn't shake the feeling that she was not alone. Shadows seemed to move of their own accord, and whispers filled the night air. She brushed it off as nerves, a side effect of spending too much time in the eerie underground library. But the disturbances only grew worse. Objects moved on their own, doors creaked open in the dead of night, and a dark presence lingered just out of sight. Desperate for answers, Amelia returned to the hidden library. She scoured the ancient texts for any clue on how to banish the entity she had inadvertently released. The more she read, the more she understood the gravity of her mistake. The entity was a malevolent spirit, bound for centuries by powerful magic, now freed by her ignorance. Amelia's determination to correct her mistake led her to the heart of the forbidden knowledge contained in the ancient texts. The ritual required rare and unusual ingredients, each with its own significance and power. As she meticulously gathered the components, she felt the weight of her actions and the impending confrontation with the malevolent entity. The list of ingredients included mandrake root, known for its potent magical properties, it symbolized life and death. Black salt, used for protection and purification, it would form a barrier against the entity. A feather from a raven representing transformation and prophecy, it was essential for the incantation. Dragon's blood resin, a powerful binder for magical energy, it would help to contain the spirit. A silver dagger, to inscribe the symbols of power and cut through the veil of the supernatural. An obsidian mirror, to act as a portal and a trap for the entity. A vial of holy water, to purify the space and weaken the entity's influence. Each item was acquired through a mix of discreet purchases from obscure shops and careful foraging in forgotten corners of the campus. As Amelia assembled the ingredients, the entity's attacks grew more intense. She found herself haunted by nightmares, and sinister whispers filled her waking hours, urging her to abandon her quest. Amelia returned to the hidden library, clearing a large area in the center of the room. She drew a circle on the floor with black salt, ensuring there were no breaks in the line. Within the circle, she placed the obsidian mirror, positioning it to face the center. Using the silver dagger, Amelia inscribed ancient symbols of binding and protection around the edge of the mirror. Each cut into the air seemed to throb with latent energy, the symbols glowing faintly as they absorbed the power from the dagger. The mandrake root was placed at the northernmost point of the circle, the raven's feather at the south, the dragon's blood resin at the east, and the vial of holy water at the west. She positioned the silver dagger in the center, beside the mirror. Amelia lit the dragon's blood resin, allowing the smoke to fill the air. She took the mandrake root and the feather, holding them over the mirror as she began to chant the ancient incantation she had painstakingly translated. The words were difficult to pronounce, each syllable heavy with forgotten power. As the chant reached its crescendo, Amelia knew the final step required a personal sacrifice. She took a deep breath and cut her palm with the silver dagger, letting her blood drip onto the mirror. The obsidian surface absorbed the blood, shimmering with a dark light. Holding her bleeding hand over the mirror, she continued the incantation, feeling the energy in the room intensify. The entity appeared, drawn by the power and the promise of release. As it lunged towards her, she completed the chant, commanding it to return to its prison. The room shook violently, books and dust flying in all directions. The entity's form twisted and writhed, resisting the pull of the ritual. Amelia's voice rose above the cacophony, steady and resolute. With a final, forceful command, the entity was drawn into the mirror, the symbols glowing brightly before fading into darkness. The air grew still, the oppressive presence lifted. Amelia, exhausted and bleeding, sealed the mirror with the book, wrapping it in cloth and hiding it deep within the shelves of the hidden library. She ensured the entrance was concealed once more, vowing to never speak of it. Emerging from the ordeal, Amelia knew she had narrowly averted a catastrophe. The hidden library and its forbidden knowledge remained, a silent testament to the thin line between curiosity and peril. She resumed her studies with a deeper understanding of the unknown, forever marked by the experience and the secrets she now carried. Like and subscribe for more chilling tales.